Hey guys, I'm still Jailer, and this is on the road for PS4. So yeah, there's news out there about this game as well. Yesterday I found some on Twitter. Thanks to Kevin, I found some on this. Yeah, there's a patch coming. Apparently, I hope this game doesn't BS her, but apparently there have been why it's taking so long. They're rebuilding everything. The driving mechanics, the AI mechanics, everything's being redone. So it's also going to be 2 new trailers. It looks like going to be coming. Cargo, heavy car, where you could carry cars, auto carrier, as well as tanker. I've seen a tanker one too, which I knew they were talking about before. But this is like 4 weeks ago, the last video I've seen there. Sort of understand the guy. I met he's got a good accent, so it's hard to understand him at times. But I'm hearing right, yeah, we got a patch. So why am I at drive time with nothing? That don't make sense. Oh, maybe it does. No, it don't. I would always show this. Tack. Card in. Okay, there we go. So we go start. Tack card, change and accept. Okay, let's get going. So yeah, apparently what's going to happen, like if you're going slow, and they do, I heard the acknowledgement about the, you know how sometimes trucks not moving, or barely moving, that's supposed to be getting addressed. But also wheel support, which I know for a lot of people this is huge, because right now certain systems you can't use wheel support. It's let's just say I'm glad to hear there's an update, because I really thought this game was done. You know, it's gonna be done because it was just in that type of state. But like if you're on the road and you're going slower, the AI will be passing you now. They actually change the lanes to pass you. I'm wary what AI fixes. Now, hopefully they address some of the other issues too, like this thing with the easy tank, where you can't drop off, which has been busted since their last patch. That is shit. Oh, get the next slide, thank you. Fuck. God damn truck. I swear. This part, I reverse, so what's the best way to do that? Missed the damn light because of the damn fucking accelerator. But yeah, there's a few issues that are going to be addressing, and that's a much needed improvement. To be honest, I wasn't sure what we wanted to do. Thanks for a link, Kev. Keep this eye on this guy. Hopefully there'll be a update soon. Well, you know, I don't know when the update's coming. Obviously, I didn't watch the whole video, so will. But hopefully there'll be an update coming soon. It's a truck driver, you know, and they're starting to update again. And one of us is the same thing, and also a development team, or the team. Because what truck driver, Sedesco had a turnover of community manager, which it could be something they may have to rebuild on there too, you know, to get the new patch, the new DLC. Now, question I wonder on these trailers and all, are they going to be DLC? Eventually, you know, you gotta figure this game will have stuff like that. May stop. I'm gonna flip my light on because it's all getting up there later in the day.
Do you want to meet up for lunch? I am down the street from you on the road.
Sure.
Did you check out that video?
I checked out
Good
some
morning,
of it.
Big Boss.
Yes.
What are we?
I did check out some of it this morning. Yes. Woke up a little late. Yeah. From what I'm seeing, yeah, it looks good. Now, hopefully, this guy ain't just a, you know, bullcrapper. But yeah, it looks like it's definitely promising, right? It makes sense too. They're reworking everything. That makes sense why it would take so long for a new patch. The AI, the driving mechanics, which they needed, for sure they needed that for a while. Because this game's always been, I just say counter, in fact, that one thing with the...
Hello, PS4.
Yeah, he did mention PS4 and Xbox One. He specifically mentioned both. What I could hear, I met the guy, but his accent made it hard to understand at times. But they catch that. They're supposed to be working on the wheel mechanics too, for people to have steering wheels, which, you know, I've been checking into myself. Because I meant sometimes I'll make it easier. But we know this game has been wonky with the
That
drive.
is the guy who designed On the Road, Fabian.
What is it? Maybe it's hard to hear. I think he's German, if I remember right. But it's gonna be good once we get it.
Talk about long-ass trailers on there, huh?
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed with that auto carrier. It's different than what I expect. I guess that's because it's a European version. I mean, so those auto carriers, you know, like for to have it up and cars on top and cars on the bottom. That one looked different, but it's gonna be nice. And of course, the tanker, which I knew about, I seen that one too. So 2 trailers. Now with the tanker, you expect it to be more than just trailers, though. They'll probably have the front.
Do you want to do some snow runner today?
I think we will do Snow Runner today. I don't know where the hell we're at. I know we were doing something on my end. I remember that. I do have it back. So in the last 2 days, learned about 2 games. Really thought both had been abandoned, honestly. Truck driver and this. Good to know that they are still working on them. It's kind of almost sounding. It sounded like almost like. It's kind of like what SES is doing with their games, American and Euro Truck. That sounds a lot like that, you know, because they're rebuilding stuff to make it where it is console compatible. They've been working on it. But that whole thing I heard about the AI, that's kind of cool, how if you're going too slow, they will actually pass, you know, which would be nice. Now, how much of those features are going to be all platforms, or some will be exclusive to the next? Because I did get out the guy ain't on playing on PS4 because
we were doing starting out contracts on Alaska up to you, brother. I just figured we haven't done it in a while, something new.
I think the last thing we were doing was, I think we were getting ready to start it or something. The timber, you know, logging for Alaska. Or we're getting ready to do your side one. But yeah, definitely looks good. 'Cause you could tell the guy's either PS5 or Steam. I think he's on, or not PS5, Xbox. I think 'cause it showed A and stuff, which I know that's Xbox controls. You've seen people walking, which you don't see on PS4. So my guess, if this is since that's Fabian, you know, that means what that is. That's when you see the footage he's using. That's probably what they're working with. 'Cause, you know, I noticed that with the tanker. You know, the guy had the tanker, so of course he could. We're gonna explain why he would have access to it. Hoping to see that soon for a truck driver too. I don't know what this new guy is called. I know his name. I know Martin moved on or something. That's what I understand. And this guy, new guy, took over there. God, I ain't even out of Frankfurt. Well, yeah, I had that issue earlier. So at a light, I actually forgot to hit the square, so my parking brake disengaged.
Up to you, big boss, whatever you wanna do today.
Yeah, I want to check out somewhere. There's a lot of speculation on it too. I'm saying with season 9, which would be the next big DLC. I know I want to get the last one, that Harvest. Oh, I should warn you, on Wednesday I couldn't be off, only because I know it, or somewhere around there. I don't remember when I got the PS Plus card, so I know it's coming. I know it's coming due. But until I maybe to get the next one right. So I do want to go out shopping at the Safeway. So when I get back, I'll have it, of course, on the 1st. I didn't even realize it was Satami month already. Figured out one, like, wait a minute, Rumble's on Saturday, it's today, 28th, so yeah, I checked it on it. So this is something I noticed too, how fast they get up to speed. Because that's obviously an AI truck. I'm in a truck, and yet he's taking off pretty quickly, and we're still back here. But yeah, it's the driving mechanic. I'm glad they're working on it, because that's been the biggest issue with this game for a while. I don't know if hopefully they did address I don't know if I heard any addressment with the pop-ups, but again, I think that's going to be a problem still. I don't know why it's in the game. I never knew it. But I mean, as long as they're working on it, they've worked on other stuff, you know, they're toasting, they're working on big. With that type of update though, it's gonna be pretty good file size when it comes. Cause it's a total rework. They did, the interesting thing is Truck Driver went for it. Now, what Truck Driver went for us, because they had to change the development while the game was being made, and they had to redo it because it really messed the game up. When they did something they did, it completely messed it up. So they had to redesign everything. Now that's this, as long as it's the same development team and everything, right? Shouldn't be a problem. I'm glad that at least here they're doing that, because the only thing they should do though, I feel, is they made the same mistake Truck Driver did in one area. They didn't update keep the players updated during that. I mean, I've seen that Truck Driver, they've been doing, Sedesco's been doing stuff throughout, you know, every few months. It seems like they're doing something, but you don't just spot it if you, let's say, put in truck driver on YouTube. You won't just find it. Just like on the road, you don't just find that information. You really have to know what you're looking for to find it. Which now I know, so I'll keep an eye on it. But that, what happened to me while ago in town was a great example of that engines issues. What happened to me in town was at a light, truck rolled forward a little bit, so I needed to move back so I could see the light. Right, when I did that, once the light turned green, I tried to move forward. Truck wouldn't go. Let go of the R2. Truck wouldn't go. Had to turn the engine off. Of course, I missed the light. But it's good to hear that they're working. That's again, we'll keep people updated on here about that. It was an interesting thing. I guess it was out of drive time yesterday when I left, because it was, again, don't know if they're working on that to pop up. I don't. It don't bother me so much outside of town because I don't see it that often. It's in town where it gets annoying because you're at a light or something, you just keep seeing a flicker over and over and over, right? That's when it gets irritating. It's not, you know, it's just because you constantly see it in town. You don't always see it. This main shit merge. This would be a great example of what they're talking about with AI. Like if they had that lane to pass, they would do it. Don't like when I'm right by the railing, but this side. Another thing I wish they would do again, ability to have a virtual mirror on the right, like truck driver has. Over there also for, I mean, it's another issue, but it's not game breaking, but hopefully they'll also be working on the rain mechanics. And that's broken too. Yeah, you don't get a lot of rain, that's one thing, but you also get that where it stops scattering on the windshield when you go under an overpass. Yeah, after I watch those, I mean, at some point, I'm not letters to have rumbled at 4, I think that's 4. Yeah, because I remember hearing about the tanker. That was in the works last year because Ace mentioned it on one of his last streams for this game. He was talking about it. Oh, this right here. I mean, this ain't too bad. 40, that's not too bad. It's when it gets down there below 10, that's when it's bad. Right, that's when it's bad. this ain't too bad, but it's those other ones. And I'm curious because I noticed it don't seem like it's as bad as it was. Cause I remember it was bad, really bad before. I mean, I did like the looks of the man. I admit that one they were showing us. I don't know, is that a new one or what? But I like the looks of that one. But again, that's for me would be really impossible to do, cause to switch out the truck, the tractor, because I'm on that drive time. But then notice it looked like the watching his, I don't know if it's just they got bigger dials or what, but it did look like the dials read a little bit on that. Of course, it was also, like I said, it was the next gen or something, console, some of those, or Steam, so he was playing on, so you could tell only, again, it's how one of the graphics are much cleaner. And it's got me loud again, because I do enjoy the game. I prefer it over truck driver. Mainly on those is long distance driving.
Have you figured out what gear up get down is? I have no clue either, did Ace. I asked him one day on his stream, he had no idea what it is.
Wait, hold up. Let me pause for a second. I was trying to hear what... No, not that. I have never, that is the one thing I wish they would explain, because I've never understood what that's for. The only time it's helped me, it's been with when we had that driving issue, is I noticed when you go gear up on that, when you have that, because it almost sounds like it should either be for a retarder or manual transmission, and neither one were. I mean, I thought it was like, a way to make your retarder stronger for going downhill, but it don't do crap for it. So I've tried all that, it doesn't do anything. Unless that does indicate how much the retarder strength is. For like when you say your cruise control, how does it decrease any off of it? But that's the other thing they really need on this. The retarder should be for this. When you're going downhill, it should be. You shouldn't be speeding up. For instance, it should keep you from speeding up going downhill. I say that, yeah, I don't think even fucking bus simulator works down well for that same thing. They're constantly going over the speed limit on there. At least that's easier on here than the truck driver on now too. Yeah, if I was going to do something, I don't want to do it coming into the interchange like this. I want to check if we go up on the high beam. The only thing I've never liked on this, the trucks don't have enough lights, I don't think either. Or maybe I'm just used to, the American type trucks where you got a lot of lights on them, right? Light up like a Christmas tree top. Let me see a little brighter with the high. Going up one more. Come on, car, get by me. Oh, that lane needed. Oh, maybe that ain't the lane. Never mind. Well, this lane would be in then. But good, kid, I'm glad they're finally updating it, because that's, you know, really needed information. Keep us updated, you know. That's what I make a player, you know, can't get. That's what is getting me burned out about. I just thought it was an abandoned game because it's been so long since. The same with Truck Driver. That's what they, you know, they either gave up on it or companies weren't. I knew with Aerosoft, you know, they weren't out of business because hell, they have other games. I guess what is Sedesco as well. Of course, they're charging a little bit of money for a freaking stupid-looking game. I'll tell you. Something called Lemon Cake. I was looking at it. It's not like a fun game, right? It could be a fun game, but I don't think it's worth no $30. I'll tell you that already. Looking at the graphics and all for it. Not the type of graphics you expect for this generation, right? The system. So again, wonder being they are working, definitely working on stuff. Because I know some of those delays, you know, when they have to do stuff like that, what happened is stuff they may have wanted to add before they haven't been able to because they got to work on that issue instead. Great example would be like rumble strips for the roads. Because they, of course, they don't have that feature. I know that was some Truck Driver in the beginning. They did add it though. It's a great little thing they added. You may not think about too much when you're trying. Be nice too if, I don't know what the AI will do, but it'd be nice like if if those trucks would actually pull out and stuff, you know, that's at the rest stops, at the truck stops, you know, if they actually move in and out of those, that would make a nice addition. Does you see it ever so often in town? You see with AI cars, you don't see what trucks, but the cars will do that. Every so often they'll pull into a gas station. I'm sorry, petrol station. Emerald. Again, I don't care if it's SCS or what, I would still love to see one company think about developing a US-based trucking game. As we know, of course, Alaskan truck, yes, that's technically. But I don't think we'll be seeing, you know, trucks like Kenworths and stuff on there. That'd be more the heavy-duty type trucks. But when I heard him talked about it, then I knew it was definitely a game issue with the steering driving mechanics. I know what he's talking about too, because of course, if you try to make more than one delivery, we know about it, the truck goes all squirrely on you with the steering. Gets too loose. Which, I wonder still if that's part of Unity issue, because I remember, I know this was an issue on Truck Driver was, you got above a certain speed limit on there, the truck got loose. You got loose as hell on there. And you went for certain turns, you would go, like you'd be in the innermost lane beyond the outermost for a turn. I figured out how, before they fixed it, I figured out how to counteract that. It was something like, I think it was like, I forget if this was miles or kilometers, so I think it was miles I had it on at that time. 50, so about 80. But if you went above that, obviously, you would get loose. Now, usually I would be under because, you know me, I'm cautious. Of course, if you're driving for David, you'd probably be going a lot faster. You didn't want to be going no speed limit, that's for sure, because you're on the timer. And I get not having that in the game too, no deadlines. If you had deadlines, it'd be hard to do these, like multi-drop type deliveries. Which is I believe that feature is exclusive one, you know. Those features that is exclusive. But I will make a dedication to you, my fans. There, I will be definitely playing this now, more often again, because there's definitely new improvements coming. Still don't know if there's an update on the time frame. I think, you know, we'll watch all that, try to figure out there is. That would be nice to know when to expect all this. Because I think it's either February or March, maybe April. One of those was the last update for the game. It was in there somewhere. So it's been about a year. Whoa, what the? That might have been stick right there. That might have been left stick right there. That had to have been left stick. Damn, I've been doing so well in this delivery too. That was the controller. I think I do need a new one though. I think it's starting to affect me. I think the PS button's going there too. I don't know that. When it gets laggy, I'm wondering if that's not a new area like, you know, the new section of the map loading in. Because I know it's truck driver, I looked at it a few times too. Gets worse sometimes. It had a loading issue. Like it takes a bit. Of course, on there your truck pretty much comes all hot or something. As long as the mirrors don't get messed up, I don't know if I have a problem. And that's been an issue in the past too. So you get that line or whatever it is across your mirror. Roads indeed. Now I hope. Go burn this over. Just goes for a wood. Hopefully with that AI trying to pass you, if you're going too slow when you do what I just did, you know, slow down and go around this, that's not going to really make it crazy with the AI. So always slow down when I'm making these interchanges. Of course, slow down anyway, because I'm pretty much in Stuttgart now. Plus we have a light. Oh god, I hope I'm... Oh god. Okay, it's stopped, thank god. The tree's up ahead there.
It must be the type of games we play because laugh out loud. My stick's doing the same thing and I play the same game as basically you do loud.
Well, I know certain games probably frickin' do more, like, you gotta keep flicking the stick or
I think
something.
hockey and football did it.
Could be.
NASCAR too.
And for me, I know there's possibly wrestling. I never go stop on them though. But the thing I never understood is this popping issue. I just don't get that. Can't say it's Unity because I play a lot of Unity games. I don't see that. So it's basically that. Looks like a tree in a mountainside or something flicking in and out. Wait, do I have green? Yeah. This is hard telling. There's one thing I haven't seen happening lately. In Hamburg. I haven't caught that issue with the light in a while. Certain lights will give you a ticket even if you stopped at them. So I'm already got into that Peru. Oh, I need to be another lane, outer lane. No, next episode I might do another double run because I know the next two will be München and Nuremberg, and I don't think they're that far apart. And really, they ain't that far from here either. So that does. With that when they did that graphics update, you can see the trees and all look definitely crisper now, better details. What the oh god, it's like that. You see that a lot. Well, it don't matter which way you're looking, you're seeing it pop down. So that's when it's horrible. And that could just be, you know, because they're at max on they're really pushing limits on the performance. That could be what's causing that issue. I don't think racing is, but it could. And that, I don't know if they would do the sticks issue. There are games I know can. It's like this is the big thing with, and why I brought up Racing, because they do have this feature now, the button mashing, which a lot of people may know about this, some may not, but button mashing does it too, to the buttons. But I've got another issue developing on mine. That's why I'm knowing a new controller. New one. No, not that. Light. What's my big issue? I've started my PS button starting to get where it's obviously not working or something. Because every morning I sit out to turn my I flip this system on, right? And when afterwards I get to it says push the PS button. It's not working. I have to unplug my damn system and redo it all to get it to work. This is something I've noticed too. The extreme on that, you know, like this. On the turn. I think a lot of that has to do with their that damping and stuff. And that's what led to a lot of those issues. 35%. Oh, that's right, because I did that double yesterday, which was killing me. So anyway, mash like button, subscribe, leave those comments, what good stuff. See you next. Oh, it's a pretty good journey to mention too. So see you next time. Till then, good luck, good trucking, and we'll watch the building pop in now.